there's so much information out there about how you can meet and attract girls into your life, how you can meet and attract your dream girl, and what behaviors you need to learn, how you need to express yourself, what kind of humor you need to use to make her laugh and all that kind of stuff. As if being yourself isn't enough. As if showing up as yourself isn't enough to actually make her like you. And I can't think of anything more disheartening than imagining the girl of your dreams, or it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a guy, imagining the person that you'll fall for, the person of your dreams, imagining them not liking you for who you are, thinking that you need to change in order for them to actually fall in love with you. And it's such a weird thing, but it's such a reality that most of us walk around think that way. Most of us walk around thinking that we wouldn't be good enough for them, and that we need to change, or change who we are in order for them to actually see our value, see our worth, in order for us to be worthy of their love. And so even though there might be a lot of good advice out there, the way it's interpreted is that I need to change who I am in order for me to be able to meet and attract girls of my dream. And so there's so many guys out there who has tendencies to people please, who thinks that who they are aren't good enough to be loved, who they are aren't good enough to meet girls and attract them into their lives and make them physically, sexually attracted to them. They think they need to change their persona, change their character to be able to be attractive. Whereas the simple and real reality of it is that they just need to be themselves. And the problem with being people pleaser is that they're not allowing themselves to show up. They're not allowing themselves to actually be who they are, actually show their true character. And so the reality of it is not that who they are aren't good enough, but that quite simply they aren't showing who they are. The person they'll be in contact with, the person they're interacting with, won't get a true sense of their persona, a true sense of their character, because they simply won't show it. They'll simply be too focused on pleasing others, so that they won't show who they are, so that they'll change how they come across in order to come across in the right way for the other person. And so now if you go out and you try to meet a girl this way, and you go out and you try to attract her by pleasing her, she won't have an idea of who you actually are. And so she won't see the depth of you, she won't see the passions behind what you really like, she won't see the nasty stuff, because you aren't allowing her to see it, you aren't allowing her to experience you. And so how can she first of all trust you, because she has no clue who you actually are underneath all the nice guy, underneath the desire to make others happy, to please others. She won't know who you are. And so either she'll think, okay, this guy is clearly not showing up as himself, so I can't really trust him, or she'll think this is all there is to him. And so the girl of your dreams will love you for the fullness of who you are. She'll essentially love all of you. And so if you aren't showing her that, how can she? How can she fall for you when she isn't experiencing you? And so when you aren't willing to show yourself, when you're hiding your anger, when you're hiding your sadness, when you're hiding your passion, how can someone actually trust you? Because they'll have no clue what you're feeling, and they'll have no clue how you'll react, or if you'll suddenly burst because you're suppressing all of it. And so they won't really see you, they won't really understand you, they won't really know you. And when we see someone that is expressing themselves, and they're expressing themselves on thoughts, ideas, passions, emotions that we can resonate with, that we can relate to, there's a connection created. We can see some parts of ourselves in the other person. And so in order for us to feel attracted to someone, it's very, very important that we see aspects of ourselves in that person. So if you're hiding all of it, how can we see that? How can we connect to you? How can we have mutual interest when you aren't showing them? How can two people connect when they aren't really showing themselves? And so you need to step out of your comfort zone and step into vulnerability and show up as yourself. Instead of trying to hide behind stuff, instead of trying to protect yourself. And so the story was never that you weren't good enough. It's never that you aren't fully worthy of being loved by someone that you also love. The story is quite simply that you're scared, that you're sad, that you're hurt, that you're trying to play it safe, that you're trying to hide. And so because of that, you aren't showing yourself. Because of that, you're robbing the entire world of your magic, of your glory, of your humanness, of your emotions. And so people won't be able to connect with you in the same way. And it's equally true for friends and all of that stuff, and random people that you meet in the street. You need to show yourself so we can connect with you, so we can understand you, so we can trust you, so we can relate to you, so we can fucking love you. And it's the same for girls as well as for guys. It doesn't fucking matter. We need to express ourselves for us to be able to connect with someone else, especially for us to connect with the person of our dreams, because the only way that they'll be able to be the right person for us is that we'll be able to connect with them in a deeper way. And for us to be able to connect with them in a deeper way, we need to share more stuff than we would share with others. And so the number one reason that people aren't able to connect with the person of their dreams, to meet a girl and attract her, to meet a guy and make him want to date you, is because that you aren't showing yourself. That you're afraid, and so you're trying to hide it. And so you're trying to cover up the nasty stuff. You're trying to cover up the mess that you maybe think that you are. And so what if that guy he walks around and he feels very uncomfortable about a certain thing, or he feels very sad about his childhood? Well, guess what? If you share your childhood and it's also sad, then you'll be able to connect about that one thing. And so you need to show yourself, you need to show your emotion, you need to express it, and allow people to see you for who you are. And when you do that, you won't be rejected. You'll be accepted because it's you. And so if you're meant to connect with someone and you're actually expressing yourself, then you will connect with them. But if there's someone that you potentially could really connect with in a deep, deep way, and you aren't showing yourself and you're hiding, then you won't connect with them. And so some people, they try to hide by overcompensating, by over-dominating, by being more aggressive. And some people, they try to hide and play it safe by people-pleasing and by being too nice. And so it doesn't matter which end of the spectrum that you are in. Because when you're overcompensating or trying to hide and play it safe, then you aren't showing your true self, you aren't willing to be vulnerable. And so you need to be vulnerable for you to connect with others.